जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि जय राधा श्याम सुंदर जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा पार्थ साथी राधे जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 हरि हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरि हरि हरि बोल।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखावतांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते देवी गोविंद स्वामी नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जयतां सुरतौ पंगोर्मन्दे कपि वत्सर्वस्व पदाम्भुजौ राधा मदन दिव्य बृंदारण्य कल्पतु माधव श्रीमद् रत्नाकर सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद् राधा शील गोविंद देवो पृष्ठालिपिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसाम्भि वंशी वटतः स्थितः कर्षण वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथः श्रियेस्तु नः। So welcome everyone to yet another mind-blowing class of verses. The more I read, the more I'm amazed at Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and at Srila Prabhupada's rendition of the Bhagavad Gita. Very amazing verses. I mean, I feel that if I want to cover more verses, I should leave the purport. But as I'm reading the purport, I feel I can't miss a single line of this purport. I have to read this at least. It is so loaded with it's so loaded with realization, depth, so much of information. So that's I'm going to try and do it as fast as I can so that we can cover. But आज का बहुत important है, मुझे ऐसे लगती है. But really today there's a technical aspect to it. If you can't understand that, it's fine. But nevertheless, I will still go into the details just so that you can just enjoy the grandeur of Krishna. You know, I mean, he is indeed the one and only, the supreme personality of Godhead. आज के verses पढ़ने के बाद you will realize why indeed is he the supreme. Nobody else qualifies. Nobody else qualifies. Okay, so verse 7, right? हमने 6 तक किया था ना? Correct?
Yeah, we did till 6.
Yeah, all right. So, who should I invite? Neelam, somebody has to invite YG. Preeti Mangla. Preeti, are you there?
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna. हाँ जी,
Hari
हाँ.
Bol, Preeti. Preeti, can I give
Hare-
you a seva? I remember it every week, or somehow it just skips my mind.
Yes, please, please. हाँ जी.
I remember you telling me last when we spoke on phone that you really like calling people for classes. You
हाँ.
जो आपको एक बार phone call की सेवा मिली थी,
जी.
अच्छी लगी थी. Can you make calls to all 15 members, 16 members जो हमारे regular हैं गीता में?
जी, जी.
Can you make a call to all of them on Wednesday as a reminder that tomorrow is class on Thursday? ये सब आप ले लोगे? Will it be possible for you? ये मुश्किल.
नहीं, I'll take this सेवा जी.
Okay, thank you so much. आप ये
हाँ,
जरूर.
नहीं. ठीक है जी. पक्के से.
Because I realized that when I call them, they say, "Oh, we really wanted to come. I wish somebody had reminded us." Everybody says this again and again. अच्छा किया हमें याद दिला दिया, नहीं तो मैं शॉपिंग के लिए बाहर निकल रही थी, मुझे पर्दे बदलने थे, मुझे कबर्ड साफ करनी थी, something like that, you know. So that phone call is so important. Even now, वो आप जरूर कॉल कर लिया करो सबको, so that they remember.
जी, ठीक है जी.
और जिसका फोन नहीं मिले उनको चाहे आप थर्सडे को भी सुबह कॉल कर लो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर अभी कोई वाईजी को बोले तो शी विल कम. लास्ट टाइम ऑल्सो उसको कॉल किया तो वो एकदम
YG has
उन्होंने लिखा है कि वो
she has shared a message in the group. Her meeting is going on.
ओके.
जैसी मीटिंग खत्म होगी वो आ जाएंगे.
चलो ग्रेट. Because we are 15, 14 or 15 who are regular. जो हम at the end of every chapter, all of them speak on all the verses of that. Those are the ones that we want to encourage to become regular. है ना? And just a call is all that it takes. So, verse number 7. Neelam. हाँ, पी लो पानी पी लो. गला साफ होता है.
Hare Krishna.
हरी बोल. most heard verse. सबको ये by heart होगा. सबने ये कितनी बार सुन लिया.
Yeah, that's why I raised hand.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
4.7, 4.8 both.
ठीक है, तुम 4.8.
हाँ.
नहीं 4.8 बोल लो, ये 4.7.
आप बोलो नीलम.
नहीं बोलो.
वो 7 बोलेगी. आप 7 बोलिए नीलम, वो 8 बोलेगी.
ठीक है.
पहले आप में क्लास का टाइम खराब हो रहा है.
हाँ.
हरे कृष्णा. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself.
Okay. Purport. पढ़ोगी?
The word Shrijami is significant herein. Shrijami cannot be used in the sense of creation because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body since all the forms are eternally existent. Therefore, Shrijami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of the Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion as the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand the Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demonic tendencies still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred to by scriptures. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and whenever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under their particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his servant, son or servant, or himself in some disguised form. The principles of the Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjun and for that matter to other highly elevated persons because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 statuses of social life, as will be explained later. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances.
Okay. So there was a big. Let me share my screen. Here in this verse, Prabhupada is focusing on the word Sri Jami. Sri Jami. What is the meaning of Sri Jami? Manifesting. But it says Atmanam Srijami. Atmanam means self. So self-manifesting. This is a very important word. Matlab, I come by my own will, not and he has different reasons to come, but nobody can force him to come, nor is he controlled by Sattva Gun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. And he comes predominantly to establish the principles of Dharma so that irreligiosity can be minimized and when true religion can be established since it starts disappearing. So the points that have been covered here in this purport is that the Lord is not created. He is not born. He manifests by his own free will. His time is fixed of coming because it's such a huge creation that he has scheduled his incarnations. That is going to be at the end of Dwapar Yuga, but not just every Dwapar Yuga. only the Dwapar Yuga that comes in the 28th cycle, that too of the 7th Manu. 14 Manus में से जब 7th Manu, who is currently Vaivasvat Manu, का दौर चल रहा होगा, उसमें भी जो 28th cycle होगी, उसमें he comes. उसमें जो द्वापर युग आएगा, at that time he comes. And no, he is under no obligation to follow any rules. Sometimes he comes himself, sometimes काम के ऊपर होता है, कैसी कंडीशन है दुनिया की, उसके हिसाब से कभी खुद आते हैं, कभी अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को भेजते हैं. So avatars come with a mission. There is always a purpose, and this purpose is always given in the scriptures before they come. और उनका आना भी predicted होता है. भविष्य पुराण तभी लिखा गया था, to prophesize or to tell in advance when he is going to come, for what purpose he is going to come, where will he be born, who will be his parents. Everything is pre-decided. But the main purpose of his coming again and again is to lead people to God consciousness. And how is that? Obedience. Because इतने बदमाश बच्चे हैं कि बार बार disobedient हो जाते हैं, बार बार disobedient हो जाते हैं. So to bring them to obey the principles of religion, he descends. Now here he's given a very nice point, the point that I liked very much, that I have at least heard while growing up that सारे अवतार इंडिया में ही हुए. I'll stop sharing this. Everybody says that कि भगवान बस इंडिया में ही होते और कहीं नहीं होते. बस आप ही लोगों ने ठेका लिया हुआ है सारा सनातन धर्म, सारे वेद, सबका बर्थ प्लेस, सबका डिसअपियरेंस प्लेस आप ही की जगह पे है. वहां पे क्यों नहीं होता? अमेरिका में क्यों नहीं होता? कनाडा में क्यों नहीं होता? There are so many other countries. वहां पे क्यों नहीं होता? Prabhupada has, of course, had also heard these things in his time. So he's making that point here. It's not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and whenever he desires to appear. And in each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under their particular circumstances. So आते तो धर्म को स्थापित करने के लिए ही हैं, लेकिन उतना ही बोलते हैं जितना ऑडियंस की समझ में आएगा. And the audience keeps changing. We have also seen. जब हम छोटे थे, कैसी audience थी? कैसा social structure था हमारा? Now that we are in our mid-40s, in our middle age, hasn't the audience changed? समाज बदल गया है ना? Society has changed. The understanding, the personality of the society has changed. So this keeps on changing. Change is the only permanent thing in the material world. So according to the level and understanding of the audience, he comes and speaks only that much. Just samajh mein aayega. And to explain that point again, Prabhupada says 2 + 2 = 4. Everybody knows this, that it's a mathematical principle. That's true. But in the beginner's arithmetic class, 2 + 2 = 4. And in the advanced class also, still 2 + 2 = 4 ही रहेगा. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. What does it mean? In all incarnations of the Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught. 2 + 2 = 4. Matlab, rules of religion do not change. With Yug, with Manvantar, with society, the rule still remains a rule. Whatever has been described as sin will still remain a sin. चाहे मनवंतर बदल जाए, चाहे युग बदल जाए, जो भी बदल जाए, the definition of sin will remain the same, and the definition of piety will also remain the same. And the same principles will be taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 statuses. 4 orders कौन से हैं? And which are the 4 statuses? Varnashram system, which we have done again and again. 4 वर्ण, 4 आश्रम, है ना? 4 वर्ण क्या कौन से हैं? अंजलि,
Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya,
Brahmin,
and Shudra.
Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra.
And Neha, 4 आश्रम कौन से हैं?
आश्रम
Neha,
जी
sorry,
आवाज आ रही है?
no,
Can you hear
it's breaking.
I know there's a network problem.
I'll ask Anu, कोई बात नहीं.
I think I know only two, Grihastha Ashram and Vanprastha Ashram.
Brahmacharya,
Brahmacharya and
Grihasthashram,
Grihastha Ashram I said, and Vanaprastha I said.
and then
This both.
sannyas. Sannyas.
Okay.
Sannyas.
The sannyas is Vanprastha only, no?
No.
No.
Vanprastha is different, sannyas is different. Vanprastha पहले आता है, sannyas बाद में
हाँ.
आता है.
Okay.
इसे ऐसे याद किया करो that lifespan is 100 years and it's divided into 4 parts, 25 years each.
So it is like
First 25 years is
Brahmacharya.
student life. So Brahmacharya. उसके बाद marriage, Grihastha.
Grihastha.
Vanprastha means now you finish
Preparing.
all your
Okay.
and give a chance to the younger generation to take over and run the house now, especially to the politicians. ये ripe old age तक गद्दी पे मत बैठे रहो. Leave. Start withdrawing yourself from household activities. That's Vanprastha. And sannyas is completely give up.
Complete
Give
renunciation.
up your household activities and start working. The last 25 years actually should be reserved to completely immerse yourself into chanting the holy names of the Lord and working on your and practicing bhakti yoga. उसके पहले सारे काम खत्म कर लो. So these are the four principles, and this is the higher principles of religion, varnashram system. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations, जितने वो बार-बार incarnations आते हैं, types of incarnations आते हैं, it is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. So according to the condition of the world, he decides what kind of an incarnation to take or which representative to send to correct. Again, purpose क्या है? यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति.
धर्म की स्थापना.
To re-establish the religion.
युत्थानं अधर्मस्य तदात्मनं विजाम्यहम्.
इन्होंने बोला है कि भगवान कहीं पे भी आ सकते हैं. He doesn't have to come to India. He can come anywhere. है ना, कहीं पे भी आ सकते हैं. लेकिन अभी हमारे पास ऐसा कोई एग्जाम्पल है नहीं कि वो इंडिया के अलावा कहीं और प्रकट हुए हैं. We don't have any example as such, right?
So he has appeared on every planet. We are only thinking about planet Earth. He has come on all the other planets. He has appeared in all the 14 planetary systems. Also, one should remember that if you trace the history of the Earth a few thousands of years back, 7 islands are mentioned in our scriptures even then. That Ambarish Maharaj was the king of the world at that time, it's mentioned, and he was the king of all 7 islands. So this means our earth was not broken up into so many parts. This has happened with time. They weren't there earlier. It was just one solid mass of land. And there were 7 prominent islands. And Ambarish Maharaj was ruling all the 7 islands. So all of them. And the other proof is, archaeological proof, Neha. You will find one of the oldest Ram temples in Brazil. ये कैसे possible है? अगर वहाँ पे कोई incarnation of God नहीं था, या वहाँ पे
and in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Malaysia, or in Indonesia also, we have all Hindu temples and everything.
And they are very old, older than our recorded history.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? Everywhere, even in America, you will find America के original inhabitants कौन थे? Red Indians.
Red.
Why are they called Indians? Why? Because they had the same Indian features, the Indian color. Before the whites came, he then drove away the Red Indians who were living there? Who was living in America at that time? They called them the Red Indians क्योंकि darkish complexion था और culture क्या था उनका?
Indian, Hindu, Sanatan.
Vedic culture. वो मूर्ति पूजा कर रहे थे. Although they were praying to the sun, the moon and stars, they used to call them pagans. Paganism. Paganism मतलब मूर्ति पूजा. लेकिन वो मूर्ति पूजा कर रहे थे. नदियों की पूजा करते थे. नदियों एक पत्थर का उनका डेटी बना होता था. सूरज की पूजा करते थे. What was that? Vedic culture. And where did that come from? Unless there was an avatar living there. If you even trace the history of Ramayana, Love and Kush were the kings of up to Iran was under them. So that's outside India, right? Afghanistan.
Yeah, basically, if we go to little ancient history studying, if you go to little ancient history, the traces are like Turkey, even this Afghanistan and beyond Iran, Iraq, the entire area was under the control of Indian kings.
China, Russia.
Yeah, China, Russia, Myanmar, these were already part of like our own big continent types.
Okay. So, and you will find these traces. What is Greek mythology? In Greece, in Rome, किनकी पूजा करते थे वो? They had Hercules and all these. What were they? Devi Devtas. The god of sun, the god of love, the god of fire. क्या थे? अग्नि देवता, वरुण देवता. सभी देवताओं की पूजा कर रहे थे, isn't it? What was that? Where did that come from? Vedic culture. And there were Indian kings ruling there. And the Lord appeared in one of these places. So the main point that I'm trying to make comes in the 8th verse. So, आप पढ़िए अनु. Yeah, 8th verse.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, and as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium.
Yeah. Now read the verse carefully. It starts with Paritranaya Sadhuna. First क्या है? Paritranaya Sadhuna. And second is Vinashaya Chadushkritam. I just realized, where is Archana?
Yeah, she is not feeling well today. थोड़ा vertigo,
Oh,
चक्कर जैसा लग रहा है. She is taking
Oh.
rest.
yeah, okay. Neck exercises is important. So the primary purpose of the Lord is not Vinashaya Chadushkritam. That's number 2. That is secondary. It's just a byproduct. Actually, the real cause of the Lord to come is Paritranaya Sadhuna. He comes more for love. विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम तो एक फूक मार के खत्म कर सकते हैं वो दुष्कृताम को, या अपने किसी चेले चपाटे सर्वेंट को भेज सकते हैं, जाओ उसे जरा खत्म करके आ जाओ. He doesn't have to come to do all this low level काम. You know, you really don't need the Lord of the universe who can create and destroy just by blinking his eyes, just by breathing. Just by breathing, he produces these planets. And just by breathing in, he destroys them. जो breathing से create और destroy कर सकते हैं, उनको एक मच्छर को मारने के लिए आने की जरूरत है? No. But for love, वो खींचे चले आते. So he comes for paritranaya sadhunam. He comes for his devotees. That's why that's written in the beginning. Okay. According to Bhagavad Gita, a sadhu, a holy man, is a man in Krishna consciousness. A person may appear to be irreligious, but if he has the qualification of Krishna consciousness wholly and fully, he is to be understood to be a sadhu. Somebody's mic is on, maybe they can switch off. And Dushkritam applies to those who do not care for Krishna consciousness. Simple definition of good and bad. It's not chori chakari dakati. That's not what is the definition of bad. He who obeys the rules laid down by the Lord and who acknowledges that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a sadhu. And he who does not understand nor acknowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nor does he follow the rules and regulations laid by him, is a Dushkrita. Simple. Such miscreants of Dushkritam are described as foolish and the lowest of mankind, even though they may be decorated with mundane education. Whereas a person who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness is accepted as a sadhu, even though such a person may be neither learned nor well cultured. When Prabhupada was in the US, he was having a dialogue with a PhD in religion, PhD in religious science. And he was trying to argue with Prabhupada. His understanding of God was that God is nothing but nature. You know, and this life is the only life and there is nothing after this. This was the understanding of a PhD level person. And Prabhupada was saying, if this kind of a person is the teacher, what kind of students will there be under him? So this is what he means by that a person may be decorated with mundane knowledge. He could be a double PhD, MPhil, or, you know, a scholar, or a Padma Bhushan or a Padma Vibhushan, or an Oxford University professor. These are decorations. And he may know nothing about God consciousness. Whereas a person who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness, but may not even have basic qualifications, is actually a true learned person. This is the definition of learned. As far as, अब इसमें atheistic, नास्तिक तो आ ही नहीं रहे इसमें. अभी तो हम theistic लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं. And he's talking about Nastik now. As far as the atheistic are concerned, it's not necessary for the Supreme Lord to appear as he is to destroy them. Atheistic are like mosquitoes. आने की जरूरत नहीं है उनको. As he did with the demons like Ravan and Kams. क्यों आए थे Ravan और Kams के लिए? Even when he came as to kill Hiranyakashipu, जब वो आए थे as Narsimha Dev, it is described in the Shastra that he was playing with Narsimha Dev just like a cat plays with a small mouse. जब बिल्ली चूहे जब मजा लेना चाहती है चूहे को, तो वो चूहे के साथ खेलती है. Have you seen this? Sometimes the cat, before killing the mouse, plays with it, you know, with its paw. एक थप्पड़ मार दिया ऐसे, you know, एक उसको पूंछ खींच दी, कान खींच दिया, ऐसे खेलती हैं उसके साथ. और चूहे को लगता है ओ मैं भाग जाऊंगा, you know, ये तो सिर्फ मुझे हल्का फुल्का ही पड़ रहा है, मैं मुकाबला कर सकता. And when the cat gets tired or gets bored, वो एक लेफ्ट हैंड या राइट हैंड में ही उसको दबोच लेती है और वो एक सेकंड में ही अपने प्राण छोड़ देता है. That's the power of a cat. एक थप्पड़ मारा and the mouse is dead. This is how Narsimha Dev was playing with Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was extremely tall, 7 feet, 10 feet से भी ज़्यादा tall था. इतना भारी और इतना जोर था उसमें. I think it's written 10,000 elephants का तो उसमें पावर थी. और वो इंद्र को ऐसे आईब्रो दिखाता था तो इंद्र कांपता था. Sitting on planet Earth, he would look, इतनी तीव्र उसकी eyesight थी, he would look at Indra just with a raised eyebrow कि मूड आज मेरा अच्छा नहीं है. And Indra would be shivering. Yes sir, what do you need? Heaven से बारिश चाहिए और दे दूं? क्या चाहिए? So I'm just trying to give you this picture to explain to you that he was not an ordinary person. He was extremely, all the 14 worlds, planetary systems of the material world, कांपते थे हिरण्यकशिपु के. He would tell the sun, hey, जल्दी होगो आज, जल्दी set हो जाओ. They were all on his beck and call. सूरज, चंद्र, इंद्र, वरुण, आज ठंडी हवा बहाओ, मेरा मूड कर रहा है गार्डन में चलने का. इस तरह से, he was this kind of a demon. And what was Narsimha Dev doing? playing with him like he's a rat, चूहा है. एक थप्पड़ थप्पड़ मार दिए 2-4, उसको वो गिरा, ऐसे गिरा जाकर वो. And finally उसको, so what I'm trying to say is that for the Lord, even the most powerful of the demon is like a मच्छर. ऐसे 2 उंगली में उसे ऐसे मसल के फेंक देंगे. For this he doesn't need to come. He can just crush him in his left hand between 2 fingers. Okay. The Lord has many agents who are quite competent to vanquish demons, but the Lord especially descends to appease his unalloyed devotees, who are always harassed by the demoniac. Mera Mohan, I remember my Nani used to sing this when she would offer bhog to her deities. She would sing, Mera Mohan bhog lagaye na sharmaye, भूखा प्यार का मालिक है संसार का. मतलब मालिक है संसार का लेकिन है भूखा प्यार का. All he comes for to anywhere is for love, just to enjoy the love of his devotee. He doesn't need anything else. Yes, he has all the love in the world that he needs. He's Atmaram. He doesn't depend on anyone. But he does not have the love of our heart right now, जो इस समय जेल में है. Each living entity that has appeared from his body is dear to him. So although he has everything in his control, he has given us a free will, and our free will, he wants us to love him by our free will, not by force. So he's still waiting for the love that is in our heart, which is not yet given to him. And all he needs is love. And for that he comes. He comes to appease his unalloyed devotees who are always harassed by the demoniac. ये सदियों से चला आ रहा है that the sadhu will be harassed by the asur. That's the nature of this material world. असुर का काम है साधु को तंग करना, साधु को भक्ति ना करने देना. And Krishna's heart goes out to the sadhu. He doesn't care about the asur. But for the sadhu, the one who is loving him unconditionally, he will come and do anything. He will take, he will tolerate their shrap, their curses. He will tolerate insults for them. He would even tolerate, what is that called? Kalank. He's willing to take kalank and be disrespected. Lord of the universe. Okay, you can call me a debauchee. You can call me, what is that word in Hindi? For an unfaithful husband, what do we call him? You can, a womanizer. Okay.
बेवफा.
Huh?
बेवफा.
No, womanizer. Womanizer को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? He is willing to take all of that.
औरतबाज.
नहीं, एक और word है.
एक और.
सब चीज करने, he's willing to accept all of this. He doesn't care for the love of his devotee. Can you imagine the depth of his love and surrender?
We called him Bhagoda also, na? Bhagoda भी बोलते हैं ना?
Bhagoda तो रण छोड़ के भाग गए. Imagine being a kshatriya taking the thing of a coward. ये तो क्या कहते हैं? डरपोक है और भगौड़ा है. भाग गए, रण छोड़ के भाग गए. बहुत बड़ी बात है ये for a kshatriya to be labeled as a kair. He accepts all of that just for the love of his devotee. अपनी reputation वो दाव पे लगाने को तैयार है just for the sake of his devotee. The demon harasses the devotee even though the latter may happen to be his kin. Although Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakashipu, he was nonetheless persecuted by his father. Although Devaki, the mother of Krishna, was the sister of Kans, she and her husband Vasudeva were persecuted only because Krishna was to be born to them. So, भक्त भी कम नहीं है. वो भी कृष्ण के लिए इतना सब टॉलरेट करते हैं जैसे देवकी वसुदेव ने किया. They were devotees of the Lord. How much they tolerated for him. And Prahlad Maharaj, 5 साल की आयु से जो उनके अपने father is trying to kill him. How much he must have tolerated. So in return, the Lord also comes running for his devotee who is tolerating so much. So you can see this is an interaction of love. This is a prem ka adan pradan between the devotee and the Lord. The asurs are all incidental. Asur ko to wo ek dhakka maar ke, do you know how he killed Kans? He did not even need a weapon. एक पंच मारा सिर्फ घूसा उसके प्राण निकल गए. And he was what, 13-14-year-old kid. Kansolov was a fully grown asur, fully developed asur. और वो उसको धक्का मारा तो गिर गया और फिर वो उसके छाती पे बैठ गए. उठ नहीं पाया वो, एक 13 साल के बच्चे के वेट के अंदर. He couldn't get up. And then he punched him with I think his left hand or right hand, and he just died on the spot. This is how easy it is for him. But he didn't come for that. He actually came for Devaki. He actually came for Yashoda Mata, for Rohini, for Nand Maharaj, for the gopis. So, Paritranaya Sadhuna is the main purpose for his coming. So, Lord Krishna appeared primarily to deliver Devaki rather than kill Kans. Is that clear? But both were performed simultaneously. Therefore, it's said here that to deliver the devotee and vanquish the demon miscreants, the Lord appears in different incarnations. So it's primarily to deliver the devotees and take them with him. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj, the following verses from Madhya Leela summarize these principles of incarnation. Srishti hetu yei murti prapanche avatare से ईश्वर मूर्ति अवतार नाम धरे. मायातीत परव्योम सबार अवस्थाना विश्वे अवतारी धरे अवतार नाम. The avatar or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation. And the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called an incarnation or avatar. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name Avatar. This movie Avatar is actually entirely inspired from the Vedas. They've even given it the name Avatar. And here is the definition of Avatar. What is the definition? That all these different incarnations of the Lord are already there in the spiritual world. कृष्णा के बहुत सारे अवतार ऑलरेडी स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में हैं, लेकिन जब वो एक अवतार पृथ्वी लोक पे मटेरियल वर्ल्ड पे डिसेंड करता है, जब वो इनकारनेशन पृथ्वी पे डिसेंड करता है इन द मटेरियल क्रिएशन, देन दे अज्यूम द नेम अवतार. There are various kinds of avatars. We've done in those who have been regular in the Bhakti Viksha. You must be remembering that we have done one such class where we did the kinds of avatars. Does anyone remember how many kinds of avatars are there?
4. Shaktavesh avatar.
6.
Gunavatar.
गुणावेश
कितने हैं?
6.
6 types of avatars are there. Yes. So, Purush avatar, Gun avatar, Leela avatar, Shaktyavesh avatar, Manvantar avatar, and Yug avatar. All appearing on schedule all over the universe. सबका एक schedule बना हुआ है. कब आना है, कौन से युग में आना है. And they all appear on time. कोई लेट नहीं होता. But Lord Krishna is the primeval Lord, the fountainhead of all avatars. What is the fountainhead? Meaning of fountainhead of all avatars?
Source.
Origin. No Krishna, no avatar. जो फाउंटेन होता है, फाउंटेन का एक मेन स्पाउट होता है, नल होता है जिसमें से सारा पानी निकलता है. उस मेन नल को बंद कर दो, where are all the designs of water? All gone. So he is the fountainhead, the main source. Lord Shri Krishna descends for the specific purpose of mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotees who are very anxious to see him in his original Vrindavan pastimes. Therefore, the prime purpose of the Krishna avatar is to satisfy his unalloyed devotees. It's not to kill the demons. He comes for his devotees. He's a lover and he comes for his beloveds. This is Krishna. The Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by the Sankirtan movement and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtan would be broadcast all over the world, from town to town, village to village. Prithvi te aache, nagar adi gram,
नगरादिग्राम
sarvatra prachar
सर्वत्र प्रचार होएगा।
Lord Chaitanya is the incarnation of Krishna. The personality of Godhead is described secretly. He is a Chan avatar. Chan means hidden. Why hidden? Because he did not want to disclose that he is God. He wanted to be known as a devotee. I am a devotee of the Lord. वो भक्तों को भक्ति सिखाने के लिए आए थे, भक्त बन के। तो अगर वो भगवान बन जाएंगे तो वो भक्ति कैसे सिखाएंगे फिर? उनको भक्त कैसे माना जाएगा? So he said, okay, let me give you a demo कि भक्ति कैसे करनी है, भक्त कैसे बनना है. तो वो खुद भक्त बन के आए. Lord Chaitanya as the incarnation of Krishna is described secretly but not directly in the confidential parts of the revealed scriptures, such as the Upanishads, Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. The devotee of Lord Krishna are very much attracted by the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatar of the Lord does not kill the miscreants but delivers them by his causeless mercy. It's the only avatar of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only avatar of Krishna that never killed anyone. In fact, killers ko bhi unhone the most precious gift diya, which is the love of Godhead. Golok Vrindavan, going to Golok is the highest form of success. It's not easy. ना वहां पे वीजा जल्दी से मिलता है, किसी को नहीं मिलता. But चैतन्य महाप्रभु फ्री में वीजा बांट रहे हैं. ये लो, तुम लो, जगाई मधाई, you are a शराबी, really you are a womanizer, you rape women, ये लो, love of God, visa to Golok Vrindavan. He distributed freely the visa to his most intimate house, Golok Vrindavan. That is why he is called the most merciful, the most munificent incarnation of Krishna. He killed everyone with the sword of love. What should we not do for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So I'm going to show you, just watch and hear. Don't get worried too much if you can't. I'm just going to show you a glimpse of what an avatar is. और अवतार किसे कहते हैं और अवतार की वैरायटी क्या है और भगवान किसे कहते हैं. Okay, look at this. As mentioned, right now there are 71 manvantars. Okay, right now 27 manvantars निकल चुके हैं. 28 manvantar चल रहा है मनु का. प्रीवियस ये मनवंतर्स आ चुके हैं जो जा चुके हैं. स्वयंभू, स्वरोचिषा, उत्तम, तमसा, रैवत, चक्षुषा, ये सारे मनवंतर जा चुके हैं. वैवस्वत मनवंतर इस वक्त चल रहा है. फ्यूचर में ये मनवंतर आने वाले हैं. सावर्णी, दक्ष, ब्रह्मा, धर्म, रुद्र, देव, इंद्र. Just see our science, just see the technology of Vedas. इन सभी मनवंतरों में 71 मनवंतर में से चैतन्य महाप्रभु appears only once in the day of Lord Brahma, which is the 28th manvantar. It's not that he appears in every Dwapar Yuga. No. Only on the 28th manvantar. So how lucky we are Can you imagine how fortunate we are that we have taken birth in that particular Manvantar? I think in the 7th verse it is written, no? Where is the Manvantar written? I read it in the 7th verse. Yeah. At the end of the Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium, as you can see in the slide, 28th millennium of the 7th Manu. So 28th millennium में भी 14 बार मनु आते हैं. उसमें से जो 7th time जो मनु आया है, उसके 1 day of Brahma में Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. It is so rare, and we are so fortunate that we have been born at the same time when he's been born, just 500 years back. Don't let go of this opportunity. After this, he's not going to come again for millions of more years. एक मनवंतर का ये, this is a small synopsis कि कितना बड़ा एक मनवंतर होता है. सतयुग is 17,28,000 years. Treta 12,96,000 years. Dwapar 8,64,000 years. Kalyug 4,32,000 years. सारा जोड़ दो तो trillions of years का केवल ये एक युग है. और ऐसे कितने युग होते हैं? Just in 1 day of Brahma you can, और ब्रह्मा की उम्र 100 वर्ष की होती है. And he comes only once, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So please, please realize, acknowledge this special gift of life that has been given to us in this Manvantar. It is so precious. Just a minute, I'm getting a call from my mother. Very pena, Mama. ठीक है, पहुंच गए ठीक ठाक. हाँ, sorry. So we are going to go to the 8th verse. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. We've already covered this verse, and this slide is just going to summarize that he appears millennium after millennium. And as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appears in this avatar in the age of Kali. What is his purpose? The prime purpose is to satisfy his devotees, unalloyed devotees, and to mitigate the anxieties, their anxieties. And what is the secondary purpose? To annihilate the miscreants, deliver the sadhus, kill the miscreants or the asurs, although this work can be done by his agents also, and to re-establish the principles of religion. And who is a sadhu? Anyone who is Krishna conscious is a sadhu, regardless of his qualification, material qualification. And who is an asur? One who is dushkritam, foolish. Foolish means ignorant. He does not have any idea of what the Shastra is saying. And he is the lowest of mankind. So this was verse 8. Now let's come to the main part. So I'm going to make this full screen so that you can see it properly. Can you see it nicely? Everyone?
But the words are very minute.
No, don't worry about the words. Can you just see the whole picture?
Yes.
Okay, now just follow my cursor. We start from the beginning, from the top. This is Lord Sri Krishna. Okay? He is Swayam Roop. He is the original form as a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. This is the Supreme Lord himself. Originally, he is just like a cowherd boy with no anxiety, no work, just Anand and enjoyment is his only role to play. Okay? And Sri Krishna, from him comes his Swayam Prakash, which means he can expand himself into millions and millions of forms. That's called Swayam Prakash. And how does he use that? He, for doing Ras Leela, he expands into so many multiple forms, and each form will have the same feature, same voice, same dress, so that every gopi feels कि ये मेरे ही साथ हैं और किसी के साथ नहीं. And it's also the queens in Dwarka, the 16,108 queens in Dwarka, all of them get a photocopy, a Swayam Prakash form of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And every queen feels that he is in my house only, although he is simultaneously in 16,108 homes, playing with his children, attending to his wife, all at the same time. So that is his Swayam Prakash. And he also expands into Vaibhav Prakash. What is Vaibhav Prakash? His first expansion is Balaram. That is called a Vaibhav Prakash. So Vaibhav means his expansion is with different moods. And although all the bodily features are same except the color. So Vaibhav Prakash means he expands into Balaram. Balaram further expands into Tad Ekatma Rupa. These are expansions with different moods and bodily features. Tad Ekatma Rupa means Balaram further expands into different bodily features, different moods, different colors of the body, out of which one expansion is Vilas form. So Krishna expands to Balaram, Balaram expands to Tad Ekatma Rupa, out of which one is Vilas. Vilas meaning the four-handed Vishnu forms. जो वैकुंठ में है, millions of Vaikunths, each Vaikunt has a Vishnu as the presiding deity of that, and each Vishnu has 4 arms. So all the 4-armed Vishnu forms are expanded in Vaikunt. They all come from Balaram. And further, these Vilas forms, this Vishnu in the Vaikunt, further expands into Prabhav Vilas. What is Prabhav Vilas? It is a Chatur view, meaning Vishnu expands into Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna and Anirudh. These 4 together are called Chatur view. That is a Prabhav Vilas. And this Chatur view again expands into a second set of Chatur view. And the second set of Chatur view presides over the 4 directions. So 3 expansions from each one of the original. 4 hain, all 4 expand 3 times according to the, and each one presides over one of the 12 months. So 12 ho gaye, 4, and each expanding 3 times. 4 3s are 12. So each month gets 1 form. And then it further divides into 2 Vilas Murtis. So another Chatur view. So total 24. So can you see the sheer complication of Krishna and his expansions, and it's so much of variety and detail that any ordinary man cannot even copy a swamsha, a millimeter of what he does. Compare this to all the modern day gurus and sadhus and babas who claim to be avatars. They don't even have an idea of what Krishna, the real God, the real personality of Godhead, can do, and the kind of avatars that he manifests simultaneously. This is just a small glimpse to show to you the grandeur of the Lord. This is who can actually be called God. Nobody else can compare to what he's doing. So, Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash, Prabhav Vilas, Vaibhav Prakash, Tadekatma Rupa, he transforms into, Balaram transforms into Vilas and Chaturvyu, Shankarshan, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And what is the other form of Tadekatma Rupa? Swamsha. Swa Amsha. Khud ke Ansh means his own partial manifestations. Balaram's own partial manifestations then come as Leela Avatar, Purush Avatar, Gun Avatar, Shaktyavesh Avatar, Manvantar Avatar, and Yuga Avatar. They are actually expansions of Balaram. So one expansion of Balaram is the Chaturvyu, Shankarshan, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Anirudh, and the other expansion are these 6 varieties. So these 6 varieties is just a small part compared to the larger picture. So in short, what is Leela Avatar? Some examples of Leela Avatars are, these are the pastimes of the Lord, which are described to be unlimited, just like waves of the ocean. जैसे समुंदर की लहरें कभी आनी बंद नहीं होती ना, एक लहर के बाद दूसरी लहर. Will it ever stop? Never. Eternally, waves in the ocean will keep on coming. उसी तरह लीला अवतार्स are millions. हमने सिर्फ कुछ 10 अवतार्स prominently हमारे शास्त्रों में बताए गए हैं, just to give a glimpse. But actually there are millions and millions of them. We can't even memorize their names because they are unlimited. So लीला मतलब किसी लीला के लिए, कोई एक लीला करने के लिए वो आते हैं, कोई एक पास टाइम के लिए वो आते हैं. जैसे examples are मत्स्य अवतार, कूर्म अवतार, जो 10 अवतार है. That's an example of लीला अवतार. पुरुष अवतार, next is पुरुष अवतार. पुरुष अवतार मतलब these are avatars that come to create. They come for the purpose of creation. So इनके 3 main forms हैं. कारणोदक्षाय विष्णु, he is the original Purush avatar or the Mahat Tattva, who lays down in an ocean and he breathes, he exhales, and as he exhales, all the planets are created just by his breathing. And then he expands into Garbhodakshay Vishnu, मतलब उन सभी planets के अंदर he enters as a Garbha. As soon as he enters, then only they get life. And then as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. After he enters the planets and all the planets get life, they get agitated, they get alive, then he enters into each atom in that universe, each part and parcel of that universe as a Paramatma form. That is Kshirodakshay Vishnu. He expands into the hearts of all living entities and in every atom. So Karanodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. These are examples of Purush Avatar. 2 कर लिए हमने, लीला अवतार, पुरुष अवतार. तीसरा गुण अवतार. कौन से गुण हैं? सत्व गुण, रजोगुण, तमस. Sattva, Rajo, Tamo. So Gun Avatar, he descends for controlling these 3 gunas. So he expands as Brahma to control the Rajogun. He comes as Vishnu to manifest the Sattva Gun, and he comes as Shiva to manifest the Tamogun, Tamas. So these 3 are Gun Avatars. Then 4th is Shaktyavesh Avatar. Shaktyavesh Avatar could be even not necessarily a spiritual person, being, could also be a material person, a living being, a jiva like us, but who is empowered for one specific purpose, specifically empowered to do one particular work given by the Lord. So Shaktyavesh Avatar again are of 2 types, Avatar and Vibhuti. Avatar matlab those living entities who are directly empowered by the Lord. जैसे नारद मुनि, उनको भक्ति सिखाने की शक्ति दी गई थी. So just for him to teach Bhakti Yoga, he was empowered by Vishnu. So he came for that. The Sanat Kumars, the 4 Kumars came for, were given Gyan Shakti. कि आप knowledge का प्रचार करिए. All 4 Vedas की understanding का प्रचार करिए. So they were empowered just to preach the Vedas. So then Brahma, Srishti Shakti, creation का उनको पहले empowerment दी गई. Otherwise he couldn't create. So he was given a specific power for creation. That's how he could create. Similarly, Anant Shesh holds the weight of all the planets on his hood. So he was empowered specially for this work. That's why he is a Shaktyavesh Avatar. And what is the other kind of Shaktyavesh Avatar? Vibhuti. Vibhuti मतलब a reflection. Light कहीं और जल रही है, लेकिन उसकी जो प्रकाश है, वो यहाँ तक भी आ रहा है. So Vibhuti is a reflection of the Lord's might. For example, Indra, Agni, मेरु, बृहस्पति, कार्तिकेय, ये सब जनरल्स हैं, बड़े बड़े जनरल्स हैं. इंद्र क्यों पानी बारिश दे पा रहा है, अग्नि क्यों हीट दे पा रहा है? Because they have been empowered. They are all Shakti-avesh avatars. They have been given specific powers to do one specific job, and all that is ultimately coming from Krishna. You can see this whole chart now, and this is where Indra, Agni are. So they are actually a vibhuti or a prakash form or a reflection of the Lord. So they are examples of Shakti-avesh avatar. Sanat Kumar, Narad, Brahma, Indra, Agni, Meru, both these types come under Shakti-avesh avatar. Then fifth is Manvantar avatar. Manvantar matlab they are descendants of the Lord for each age of Manu. Manu ke Manvantar, Manu ke avatar. In each age of Manu, during one day of Brahma. So there are 14 Manus. So for each age of Manu, there is one avatar. So there are 14 Manvantars. So 14 such avatars. And the last is Yug avatar. Yug matlab har yug mein bhi aate. Descendants of the Lord to establish the religion of the age for each of the 4 ages. So Satya Yug mein he comes in a white incarnation. Treta mein he comes in a red Rakta incarnation. Satya mein Shukla, white incarnation. Dwapar mein he comes as blackish Krishna banke. Or Kaliyug mein he comes as a Pita incarnation, yellow, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yellow matlab very fair. तो ये तो हुए युग अवतार जो एक युग में एक बार आते हैं. फिर हुए मनवंतर, एक मनवंतर में मनु के एक दिन में आते हैं. फिर हुए शक्त्यावेश अवतार. एंड देन गुण अवतार, 3 गुण ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिवा. देन पुरुष अवतार्स, कारणोदक्षाय, गर्भोदक्षाय, क्षीरोदक्षाय. देन लीला अवतार्स, all the dash avatars. And apart from this, we have the Chaturvyuha. Can you imagine? This is just to give you a glimpse of the power of the Lord. You know, now will you believe anyone who says, oh, ये भगवान के अवतार हैं? ये तो अवतार है जी. कितना सुनते हैं हम इंडिया में, हर गली कूचे में one person is sitting, I am an avatar. This is the definition of an avatar. This is what an avatar means. This is real God. Can you see the sheer power of this Lord? How he is controlling everything, and the depth of the kinds of avatars, and how do we get all this understanding? Through the Shastra. That is why Dushkritana means those who are ignorant. जिनको शास्त्र के बारे में कुछ पता ही नहीं है, they end up making all these claims कि ये भगवान है, ये भगवान के अवतार हैं. Krishna तो, do you understand the position of Krishna? Do you understand now what it means that he is the fountainhead? In this chart that I showed you, Krishna is on top. अगर उनको निकाल दो, will this chart exist? All these avatars, all these manvantars, will they even exist? That is why Prabhupada is saying he is the fountainhead. उन्हीं से बलराम, उन्हीं से शंकर विष्णु, उन्हीं से सब कुछ. Is it clear? So interesting, no? So interesting. So, oh dear, 5:15 हो गए. Should we stop?
Yes.
Yes. Because आज जो समझा है और वो बहुत भारी है सिर पे.
This ये आपको समझने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये तो सिर्फ देखने के लिए एक अजूबा दिखाया है सिर पे.
हाँ जी.
Just a magic show. You just see it. You don't need to understand ये कैसे हुआ. It's just for you to understand who Krishna is. Krishna is not an ordinary person. He is not Dashatar में से कोई एक अवतार. It's just to help you understand who Krishna really is. And this will help us value our relationship with Krishna. You know, knowledge is power. Knowledge helps us value, and it will also save us from the Dushkritina. all the fake and bogus avatars who claim कि हम भगवान के अवतार हैं. Very important point Prabhupada makes. अवतार स्क्रिप्चर में हमेशा मेंशन्ड होते हैं कि ये अवतार इस युग में आएगा, उसके ये माँ बाप होंगे. अगर स्क्रिप्चर में मेंशन्ड है, उसी को अवतार माना जाएगा. हर टॉम डिक एंड हैरी को अवतार नहीं माना जाएगा. बिकॉज बहुत सारे योगीज हैं जिनको छोटी मोटी सिद्धियां मिल जाती हैं. ये हवा से विभूति निकाल ली, ये कमंडलू में से कुछ निकाल लिया, गोल्ड प्रकट हो गया, ये पानी के अंदर सांस रोक के बैठ गए एक पूरा साल, तो वो अवतार नहीं हो जाते, वो भगवान नहीं बन जाते. They are just yogis who have achieved some siddhi. And the innocent people who have stopped reading the Shastra, उनके चंगुल में फंस जाते हैं. Clear? Any questions? Yeah, so I guess this is all for today.
I have one question. Prabhupada is referred as Satyavesh Avatar.
Yeah.
Could you just explain?
So like I said, ये आपको जो मैंने बताया अभी, ये उसका shorter form है. We have just seen स्वयं रूप कृष्ण, तद एकात्म रूप, आवेश रूप, है ना. इसलिए ये this is the चतुर्व्यूह वसुदेव शंकर्षण प्रद्युम्न. और ये anyway, this is just to give you an idea. Now I'll come to Shaktyavesh Avatar. Like I just explained, the Avesh Roop, Balaram, divided into Bhagavad Avesh, Shaktyavesh and Vibhuti. So Shaktyavesh मतलब divinely empowered. जब कोई हरक्यूलियन या ह्यूमनली इम्पॉसिबल टास्क करनी होती है, तो किसी एक भगवान के भक्त को भेजा जाता है with some specific powers to go and do that. So they will be born on the material world with a material body, but they will be given power to do. For example, नारद को पावर, स्पेशली पावर दी गई कि आप किसी भी प्लैनेट में एट विल ट्रैवल कर सकते हो टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भक्ति टू एनीवन एंड एवरीवन. उस पावर के बल पे ही नारद ने सभी प्लैनेट्स, ही इज कॉल्ड द स्पेसमैन, सभी प्लैनेट्स पे कभी भी घूम सकते हैं विदाउट चेंजिंग हिज बॉडी. उसी तरह चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने जब प्रेडिक्शन की थी that my name will be taken in every town and every village of this modern world. तो ये इतनी डिफिकल्ट काम था और इतना इम्पॉसिबल काम था कि सब भक्त भी जो थे गौड़ीय वैष्णव के, वो यूज्ड टू वंडर के कैसे पॉसिबल है. ये तो मॉडर्न जमाना आ गया, कोई किसी को सुन नहीं रहा. अमेरिका और यूरोप का तो कल्चर ही अलग है. वहां पे हर गांव में और हर शहर में और गांव में भी किसे कृष्ण का नाम लिया जाएगा. दे डोंट इवन नो कृष्णा, उनको कुछ पता भी नहीं है, कृष्णा की एबीसीडी नहीं पता. सो such an impossible task could be done only by a devotee of the Lord who was empowered by the Lord. वो कोई शक्ति लेकर आए थे जो भी ये काम कर सके. केवल 10 साल में, 70 साल की उम्र में, it's impossible to establish 108 temples. And in all Muslim and violent, all kinds of countries and all kinds of cultures today, रथ यात्रा निकल रही है और चैतन्य महाप्रभु का नाम लिया जा रहा है. ये केवल एक शक्त्यावेश अवतार ही कर सकता है. It's not easy. Is that clear? I'll just open the rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the definition. So it's not mentioned anywhere, but after he passed away and the devotees realized the impossible work that was achieved and done by him, because they couldn't do it themselves after he passed away. Then they realized that, oh, he must be an empowered person, otherwise it's not possible for an ordinary person to do it.
The sound is echoing, Mataji.
Yes, Anjali, you want to ask something?
No, there's an echo in your voice. That's what Hema said. Even mine now.
हाँ, तो आप अगर सब म्यूट हो जाएंगे, नीलम आप भी म्यूट हो जाओ, फिर शायद. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
So yeah, जब multiple mics on होते हैं, तब होता है. So yeah, it was very interesting. It's that's why I thought I knew it'll take time today, because I wanted to show you this chart. कितनी मेहनत से devotees ने बनाया है. All this is through Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So verses, pages and pages and pages of Bhagavatam को condense करके table form में बना दिया for us to understand. It's just to give you an idea of what an avatar is and how many varieties of avatars are there. ये सृष्टि बहुत complicated network है, हमारी आपकी और हमारी समझ के बाहर है, और कितनी engineering, high quality engineering से चलाई जा रही है, और कितनी precision से चलाई जा रही है. Look at the calculation of manvantars and manus. I can't even, कितनी बार मैं पढ़ चुकी हूँ, फिर भी मुझे I cannot remember these manvantars and manus and a day of Brahma. I have to go back to reading. तो वैसे मुझे arithmetic अच्छा नहीं लगता. So yeah, I don't think anybody has any questions. Everybody is just in awe of Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. I mean, भगवान हो तो ऐसे हो, कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं है कहीं पर. He is indeed the supreme personality of Godhead. And now you can understand the difference between God and avatar. कौन भगवान है और कौन अवतार. Okay.
हम जो पढ़ते हैं प्लानरी एक्सपेंशंस जो कृष्णा के, वो इसमें किसमें फिट होता है, क्या मतलब हुआ? ये जस्ट इनको ही बोलेंगे ये सारे.
Sure. जैसे कृष्ण का प्लेनरी एक्सपेंशन इज बलराम, and expansion of the plenary expansion is बलराम से ये बाकी जितने अवतार आ रहे हैं, चतुर्व्यूह, शंकरषण, क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु, गर्भोदक्षाय विष्णु, कारणोदक्षाय विष्णु, all these are expansions of expansions, isn't it? First expansion is बलराम. फिर इस expansion का expansion क्या हुआ? Is another. उस expansion का एक और expansion का expansion कौन हुआ? So as a unlimited, Krishna can do anything at any time. He can be in a million places at one time with the same face, same features, same mood, same clothes, and talking to that person. And at another place he's talking to another person. और दोनों को लगता है मेरे ही साथ है इस समय. But he can simultaneously talk to millions of people. That's God.
कि कृष्ण उनका नाम जो है ये द्वापर युग में है, so how we can relate it with in सतयुग और other मनवंतराज में भी वो कृष्णा के नाम से ही जाने जाते थे.
Yes. In fact, he has no name. ये सारे नाम उन्हें दिए गए हैं according to his leelas and his qualities. है ना? मदन मोहन, जो मोह ले आपके मन को, तो मदन मोहन नाम दे दिया, है ना? मधुसूदन, जिसने मधु राक्षस का सूदन किया, को मारा, तो मधुसूदन हो गए. गोविंदा, जो गो सेंसेस को कंट्रोल कर ले, वो गोविंद हो गया. गोपाल, जो गौओं का पालन करे, वो गोपाल हो गया. But Krishna is his primary name, his original name, because Krishna means all attractive. तो सभी नाम उसमें आ गए. That वो अट्रैक्टिव का भी अट्रैक्टिव, ही इज द मोस्ट अट्रैक्टिव। कामदेव भी जिससे मोहित हो जाए वो है कृष्ण। So his name was always Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, his original name, not just in Dwapar. Dwapar came so much later, na? Dwapar तो बना ही नहीं था जब गोलोक था. Initially, there was no material world, no? Only spiritual world. Everybody was in the spiritual world. फिर हम जैसे कुछ बदमाश पैदा हुए जिन्होंने कहा हम तुझे क्यों माने, तो एक मटेरियल वर्ल्ड बनाना पड़ा, फिर ये सारी सृष्टि शुरू हुई। इसके पहले तो नहीं थी ये सृष्टि, तो ये द्वापर कहाँ से आया? द्वापर तो था ही नहीं पहले, बट कृष्ण तो थे, तो उनका नाम भी था, which is कृष्ण। कान्हा, कन्हैया, कृष्ण, जैसा जिस गोपी का भाव वो उस हिसाब से वो एक नाम दे देती है उनको, जिसका जैसा मूड, जैसा भाव, जैसी फीलिंग, उस हिसाब से वो उसको एक नाम दे देती है। एंड ही एक्सेप्ट्स बिकॉज ही इज रसराज, ही लव्स रिलेशनशिप्स, he is the king of relationships and he loves to get love and give love. That's his only work, to enjoy, share loving relationships. That's God. Clear? Okay, Hari Bol. Who will say Ekam Shastram? Vinu, आप बोलिए। एकम शास्त्रम,
एकम शास्त्रम,
देवकी पुत्र गीतम,
देवकी पुत्र गीतम,
एको देवो,
एको देवो,
देवकी पुत्र एव,
देवकी पुत्र एवा,
एको मंत्रस,
एको मंत्रस,
तस्य नामानि यानि,
तस्य नामानि यानि,
कर्मापि एकम,
कर्मापि एकम,
तस्य देवस्य सेवा,
तस्य देवस्य सेवा,
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव,
तमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव,
त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव,
तमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव,
त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव,
त्वमेव विद्या द्रवं त्वमेव,
त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा।
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय,
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय,
हरये परमात्मने,
हरे परमात्मने,
प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय,
नक्लेशनाशाय,
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय,
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय,
देवकी नंदनाय च,
देवकी नंदनाय च,
नन्दगोपकुमाराय,
नन्दगोपकुमाराय,
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
वसुदेवं सुतं देवं,
वसुदेवं सुतं देवं,
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं,
कंसे चारुणमर्दनं,
देवकी परमानन्दं,
देवकी परमानन्दं,
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं,
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं,
कात्यायनी महामाये,
कात्यायनी महामाये,
महायोगिनी अधीश्वरी,
महायोगिनी अधीश्वरी,
नन्दगोपसुतं देवी,
नन्दगोपसुतं देवी,
पतिं मे कुरुते नमः।
पतिं मे कुरुते नमः।
श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम,
कृष्ण शरणं मम,
दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि।
दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय,
जय
निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।
हरि हरि।
जय जय श्री राधे श्याम।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।